In a league obsessed with clear paths, rebuild or contend, are the Sacramento Kings playing a dangerous game of both, or are they on the verge of a brilliant, audacious pivot that could redefine their season? For years, the NBA has been a chessboard of calculated moves, where franchises either commit to the painful but often rewarding journey of a full-scale rebuild or push all their chips to the center in a desperate bid for immediate contention. But the Kings, bless their purple and black hearts, seem to be charting a course entirely their own, a high-wire act that defies conventional wisdom. And now, a seismic mock trade proposal has sent shockwaves through the league, suggesting a move that could either solidify their playoff aspirations or send their carefully constructed house of cards tumbling down. Welcome to the Courtside Report, where we're dissecting the audacious strategy of the Sacramento Kings and the blockbuster trade that could reshape their destiny. Last season, after trading away their dynamic guard De'Aaron Fox, many around the NBA braced themselves for the inevitable, a full-blown rebuild in Sacramento. The Kings, a franchise perpetually searching for stability and success, seemed poised to finally tear it all down and start anew. But if you thought you knew the Kings, think again. They zagged when everyone expected them to zig. Instead of embracing the tank, Sacramento doubled down on their existing core, a fascinating trio of Domantas Sabonis, DeMar DeRozan, and Zach LaVine. This wasn't a rebuild, it was a defiant declaration of intent. They weren't just keeping the band together. They were adding new instruments, hoping to hit a harmonious note in the cacophony of the Western Conference. Their off-season moves further underscored this commitment. The 2025 draft saw them bring in promising young talents Nick Clifford and Maxime Reynaud, injecting fresh blood into the roster. But perhaps the most significant acquisition was the signing of veteran point guard Dennis Schroeder in free agency, a move designed to fill a crucial void in their starting lineup. These weren't the actions of a team waving the white flag. These were the calculated gambits of a franchise desperately trying to claw its way back into the postseason picture after narrowly missing out last year. The message was clear. The Kings believe in their current trajectory, and they're willing to bet big on their ability to compete in a conference that devours the weak and rewards the bold. However, the NBA is a league of unforgiving realities. Ambition alone doesn't guarantee success, especially in the loaded Western Conference. If the Kings, despite their off-season machinations, stumble out of the gate, if their carefully assembled pieces don't coalesce into a winning formula, then the whispers will grow louder and the pressure to make a significant move will become deafening. And at the heart of that potential pivot point lies DeMar DeRozan. The veteran forward, a smooth scorer and clutch performer, is a valuable asset, but also a player whose timeline might not perfectly align with a team still finding its identity. If Sacramento finds itself staring down a slow start, DeRozan could become the most coveted piece on the trade market. Enter the Miami Heat, a franchise perpetually in pursuit of star power, a team that thrives on grit culture and the relentless pursuit of championships. The Heat were reportedly linked to DeRozan in the offseason, a clear indication of their desire to add another offensive punch alongside their established stars Tyler Herro and Bam Adebayo. Miami's identity is built on tough defense and opportunistic scoring, but they often crave that consistent, go-to-scorer who can create his own shot in crucial moments. DeRozan, with his mid-range mastery and veteran savvy, fits that bill perfectly. The prospect of him donning a Heat jersey isn't just a fantasy, it's a strategic alignment that makes a lot of sense for a team always looking to elevate its ceiling. Now let's dive into the heart of the matter, the mock trade that has everyone buzzing. The Sacramento Kings sending DeMar DeRozan and promising second-year guard Devin Carter to the Miami Heat in exchange for Andrew Wiggins, Simone Fontecchio, and valuable draft capital. This isn't just a player swap, it's a philosophical exchange, a potential redefinition of the Kings' identity. For Sacramento, the immediate allure of Andrew Wiggins is undeniable. Here's a former #1 overall pick, a player who has tasted championship glory with the Golden State Warriors, bringing a blend of scoring, defense, and invaluable experience to the Kings' starting lineup. Wiggins, at 30 years old, is still in his prime, and his versatility on both ends of the floor could be a game-changer. Last season, Wiggins averaged a solid 18.0 points for 0.5 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 1.0 steals per game, shooting 44.8% from the field, and a respectable 37.4% from beyond the arc across his stints with both the Heat and the Warriors. These aren't eye-popping numbers that scream superstar, but they represent a consistent, reliable two-way presence. Imagine Wiggins slotting in alongside Sabonis and LaVine, providing another legitimate scoring threat who can also take on tough defensive assignments. His championship pedigree, his experience playing alongside future Hall of Famers, could be precisely the intangible spark the Kings need to navigate the treacherous waters of the Western Conference. He's a proven commodity, a player who understands what it takes to win at the highest level, and that kind of experience is priceless for a team trying to break through. But the trade doesn't stop there. The Kings would also acquire Simone Fontecchio, a solid scorer off the bench. Fontecchio, at 29, brings a reliable shooting touch and a professional approach. Last season, he averaged 5.9 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 0.9 assists per game, shooting 40.2% from the field and 33.5% from three-point range with the Detroit Pistons. While not a star, Fontecchio provides valuable depth, a capable scorer who can stretch the floor and contribute meaningful minutes off the bench. In a long, grueling NBA season, having reliable role players who can step up is absolutely critical, and Fontecchio fits that mold. However, every trade comes with a cost, and in this scenario, the Kings would be parting ways with Devin Carter. This is where the decision becomes truly agonizing. Carter, a second-year guard, showed flashes of immense potential last season, hinting at a bright future. Young, athletic guards with his defensive tenacity and developing offensive game are precisely the kind of assets rebuilding teams covet. Moving him would be a tough pill to swallow, a sacrifice of future potential for immediate competitiveness. Yet, the Kings' reported openness to moving Carter this offseason suggests they might be willing to make that difficult choice if it means a clearer path to the playoffs. It's a high-stakes gamble, trading a promising young piece for a more established, championship-tested veteran. This mock trade, if it were to materialize, would represent a fascinating strategic shift for the Sacramento Kings. It's a move that screams win now, a clear indication that their patience for a playoff berth is wearing thin. By swapping DeRozan for Wiggins, they're exchanging one veteran scorer for another, but gaining a player with a more defined two-way game and, crucially, championship experience. The draft capital acquired would also provide a cushion, a way to replenish future assets, even as they push for present success. But the question remains, is this the right move for a team that has struggled to find its footing? Can Wiggins truly be the missing piece that elevates them in a conference where every team is stacked with talent? The Western Conference is a brutal gauntlet, a land of giants, where even good teams can get lost in the shuffle. The Kings' decision to forego a full rebuild and instead commit to their current core was a bold one. This potential trade for Wiggins and Fontecchio, while sacrificing a promising young talent in Carter, would be another audacious step in that direction. It's a move that prioritizes experience and immediate impact, a clear signal that the Kings are tired of waiting. They are betting that Wiggins' championship DNA and two-way prowess, combined with Fontecchio's bench scoring, will be enough to push them over the hump and into the postseason. It's a gamble, no doubt, but in the cutthroat world of the NBA, sometimes the biggest risks yield the greatest rewards. So, what do you make of this potential shakeup, courtside faithful? Do you believe the Sacramento Kings are making a brilliant, calculated move to finally break their playoff drought by acquiring Andrew Wiggins, or are they sacrificing too much future potential in Devin Carter for a short-term gain that might not even guarantee success in the loaded West? We want to hear your unfiltered thoughts. Drop a comment below, tell us your predictions, and let's get this conversation started. And if you're as captivated by the drama of the NBA as we are, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the Courtside Report for all the latest insights and exclusive analysis. Your engagement is what keeps us bringing you these stories.